Welcome to the Disneyland Hotel Diaries podcast. You know, when you're planning that Disneyland trip, picking the right hotel is, well, it's huge. And there are so many options, but there's one place near the parks that holds a really special spot for me. It's honestly one of my absolute favorites to stay at when I visit. So today, we're doing a deep dive into a hotel that just consistently gets these amazing 5-star reviews and glowing recommendations, the Candy Cane Inn in Anaheim. Our mission really is to give you everything you need to figure out if this charming spot could be your next Disneyland home away from home.
Yeah, we've dug into a whole bunch of recent guest feedback. We're talking solo travelers, families, even travel agents weighing in. And we compared that with the hotel's own info and what they offer. So we'll be hitting the highlights, what really jumps out at people, the location, obviously, but also some unique amenities and the staff. People rave about the staff.
Okay, fantastic. Let's get into it and see why so many folks are saying this place is practically perfect in every way. So, first impressions, the atmosphere. What's the immediate feeling people get? I hear words like charming, quaint.
Exactly. Serene even comes up quite a bit, which is interesting, right? Given how close it is to the hustle and bustle. And what's really fascinating is how consistent that feedback is, especially since it's not a brand new hotel. It has history.
Right. So how have they kept that charm or even, improved it?
Well, it seems very intentional. We saw one review from someone who hadn't stayed there in 20 years. They called the transformation perfection. Said the remodeled rooms were a lovely bright change from so many drab look-alike hotels.
Wow, 20 years.
Yeah. And recent guests from just this past spring back that up. They're saying the renovations are beautiful, well-kept, awesome. The whole grounds, too, described as well-manicured and maintained. They even mentioned daily sidewalk cleaning.
Okay, so real attention to detail.
Definitely. Lush landscaping. It all adds up to this really welcoming vibe. More like a boutique inn feel, maybe. Less like a standard hotel.
So it's more than just a coat of paint. It's a whole vibe transformation that makes you feel kind of special right when you arrive?
Precisely.
Okay, let's talk location. Because near Disneyland, location is, well, it's everything, right? Saves you time, saves you hassle. People praise the Candy Cane Inn for its convenient location, but how convenient are we talking? Really?
Incredibly convenient. The sources are super specific on this. It's literally next door to the Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
One source said just 250 yards from the park gates.
250 yards? That's nothing.
I know. Guests are reporting it's like a brief 7-minute walk, or maybe 8-10 minutes if you're strolling. Someone even mentioned you can see the back of Radiator Springs Cars Land from the parking lot.
Okay, so if it's that close, why do they even have a shuttle? Seems almost unnecessary.
But here's where it gets interesting. They do have a shuttle, this free trolley service, and people seem to absolutely love it. It's part of the experience almost. They describe it as timely, clean, always on time. One person called it a convenience I didn't think I'd take advantage of, but then they totally did.
Huh. I can see that, especially after a long park day.
Exactly. And get this, they have a vintage bus service, too. Adds a bit of charm, right? It runs pretty frequently in the morning, every 30 minutes till 10 a.m., then it switches to hourly. And it picks up back at Disneyland 15 minutes after the hour. So you've got options. Walk the super short distance or enjoy the little trolley ride.
That flexibility is key.
And it's not just convenient for the parks. The location's great for other stuff, too. Sources mention a CVS, Walgreens, 7-Eleven souvenir shops, all like a 2-minute walk away.
Oh, that's clutch for late-night snacks or forgotten sunscreen.
Totally. Saves you a drive or an Uber, right? And there are plenty of restaurants within walking distance, too, so you're not limited to just park food or hotel food.
Okay, amenities. Free breakfast, free parking, free Wi-Fi. These sound good on paper, but, sometimes free means basic. Does the Candy Cane Inn actually deliver quality here? What makes their stuff stand out?
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
And based on the reviews, yeah, they really seem to deliver, especially the breakfast. It gets called wonderful, excellent, pretty consistently, way beyond just, a couple of sad muffins. They've got lots of options, hot and cold, like a full waffle and pancake station.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Oatmeal, cereal, muffins, fruit, both whole and cut cakes, donuts, bagels, plus coffee, hot chocolate, milk, juice, and even croissant breakfast sandwiches.
Wow. Okay, that's a proper spread.
Right. People really highlight the freshness, too.
Yeah.
One review mentioned an 8-year-old commenting on how fresh the fruit was.
Yeah.
Kids notice that stuff. They've got good seating, shaded and sunny. Staff are constantly cleaning and refilling.
Yeah.
Oh, and they have trays, so you can take food back to your room if you want.
That's handy.
And here's a great tip someone shared. Grab a couple of those breakfast sandwiches to take into the park for lunch. Save some serious cash.
That is a pro-level Disney hack right there. Okay, what else? Beyond the amazing breakfast.
Well, the general facilities are just described as very clean, very well kept, consistent theme there. The pool area sounds great, well maintained, clean, inviting, and importantly, heated.
Yes, heated is crucial, even in California sometimes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And a nice little pool, plus a hot tub, which people said was a great benefit after a day at the parks. Good bubbles, hot enough, perfect for sore feet. They even have an outside fire spot. Kind of cozy for the evenings.
Nice touch. What about the practical stuff? Parking, laundry?
Okay, so free parking. Huge plus in Anaheim, as you know. Parking can be pricey and a pain. Some reviews do say the lot can be tight for bigger cars, or maybe a bit limited if you arrive late.
Good to know. Plan accordingly.
Right, but universally called safe. They also have free high-speed Wi-Fi, a fitness center if you're so inclined, baggage storage super useful for arrival or departure days, and a laundry room. 4 washers, 4 dryers, coin up, $2.50 a load. They have a change machine and soap available. Really convenient for longer stays or, churro incidents.
In there.
And one more small thing people appreciated. Free iced water and coffee in the reception area. Nice little perk.
Okay, so the grounds are great, amenities are top-notch. Let's talk rooms. End of the day, you need a good place to sleep and recharge. Are the rooms just functional, or do they add to the whole positive experience?
They definitely seem to add to it. The word that comes up again and again is clean. Like super clean, immaculately clean. Also updated, bright, nicely updated. Seems those renovations really hit the mark inside the rooms too. Standard stuff is all there. AC, housekeeping, safe, fridge, flat screen, bath shower, hair dryer.
But the beds, are the beds comfy? That's the million-dollar question after walking 10 miles in the parks.
Apparently, yes. Rave reviews for the beds. Comfortable is baseline. Some called them the most comfortable beds ever, described as on the softer side, which is good info depending on your preference. One guest literally asked what brand of mattresses they use because they slept so well.
Wow, that's a serious endorsement.
Isn't it? And some rooms don't have carpet, which got praise for, again, cleanliness. Nice detail for allergy sufferers or just personal preference.
So comfort level is high. What about noise? It's close to Harbor Boulevard, close to the park. Can you actually sleep?
Surprisingly, yes, according to most reviews. Sleep quality gets rated really high, like 5.0 consistently. Many people specifically mentioned the rooms are very quiet, couldn't hear neighbors. One person asked for a middle room away from the street and had no issues with street or park noise.
Good tip, maybe request a room location.
Could be. Though another guest who was right by the street noted some road noise, but then immediately added, they were so tired from the parks we slept hard anyway. So maybe exhaustion helps. The rooms also sound like they have decent room and storage. And they offer premium room options too. Those come with extra perks, like a welcome snack bucket, refillable water bottles, plush robes, turn-down service with chocolates.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, and even in-room breakfast delivery. So you can really make the room part of the relaxing experience, not just a place to crash.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, but often the real make or break factor is the people, right? The staff. Does the service at the Candy Cane Inn match the quality of everything else?
Oh, absolutely. If anything, this seems to be where the inn shines brightest. It's maybe the biggest differentiator according to the feedback. Friendly and attentive service consistently earns high marks, is an understatement. People use words like amazing, incredibly friendly and accommodating, helpful and kind, just genuinely top-notch.
Any specific examples that stood out?
Tons. Specific staff members get called out by name. Shuttle drivers James, apparently known for his Mickey hand and Doroteo. Front desk staff like Erica and Alexia. Housekeeper Angela. Guests praise them for their fun, joy, and hospitality, for actually taking the time to engage in conversations, showing sincere interest. It doesn't sound like fake, forced politeness.
That makes such a difference, doesn't it, when it feels genuine?
It really does. And there's this interesting insight into the staff culture. One guest mentioned seeing staff arriving for their shifts and greeting each other with hugs. Called it heartwarming.
Ah, that's lovely.
Right. And it connects directly to what the general manager, Rico Hernandez, apparently says in responses to reviews. He explicitly states, "We truly believe that treating our staff like family translates into the exceptional care they provide to our guests." And it seems guests really feel that. They say it makes them feel so at home, like they're staying with great family and friends.
So it's not just good training, it's the whole atmosphere they cultivate.
Seems like it. That positive energy just flows out to the guests.
And those little personal touches, like you mentioned, a shuttle driver singing happy birthday, gifting a trolley pin.
Exactly. Those above and beyond moments, they're not just checking boxes, they're creating memories. That's what turns a good stay into a great one and makes you want to come back. It becomes part of your Disney story.
Totally. Okay, so putting it all together, charming vibe, fantastic location, amenities that punch above their weight, stellar rooms, incredible staff. It sounds like the whole package. But what about the bottom line? Value. How does it stack up price-wise, especially compared to staying like right inside the Disney bubble?
Yeah, the value proposition seems really strong. It consistently offers good value for money. Often it's less expensive than a property hotel, one of the official Disney ones. And we're seeing reviews from people who usually stay at places like Marriott's or even on-site at Walt Disney World in Florida.
Okay, so seasoned travelers with high standards.
Exactly. And they're not just recommending it. They're saying things like, we'll definitely return, or even, we'll never stay anywhere else. Phrases like, the absolute best choice, and your new go-to in Anaheim pop up. That's serious loyalty they're building.
Wow. So it delivers that premium feel without necessarily the premium Disney price tag.
That's the sense we get. You're getting exceptional service, that prime location, great amenities, and this really welcoming atmosphere, all apparently at a really competitive price point for the area.
So for you listening, if you're planning that next trip and weighing your options, what's the big takeaway here?
I think the big picture is that the Candy Cane Inn offers this pretty rare combination. It hits all the key points: service, location, amenities, comfort, atmosphere. And it does it with this genuine warmth and personality, all while providing really solid value. So if you're looking for a magical stay that feels personal and comfortable and doesn't break the bank compared to some other options, it seems like a really compelling choice. That all those little details we talked about add up to something really special.
Yeah, there you have it. Our deep dive really shows why the Candy Cane Inn is such a consistent favorite and why it's one of my personal recommendations, too. You've got the super clean, updated rooms, that amazing breakfast we talked about, the shuttle that's there when you need it, and just this incredibly warm staff that makes you feel genuinely welcome. It really does seem to tick all the boxes for a fantastic Anaheim base.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about what truly makes a hotel stay memorable. Is it just being close to the gates? Or is it more about that attention to detail, that genuine hospitality, those little unexpected moments that make you smile?
Absolutely. It's often the small things. So as you're planning your next magical adventure, maybe think about that. Beyond the big stuff, what are the little details in a hotel stay that make the biggest difference to your experience? Something to ponder while you dream about comfy beds and maybe grabbing an extra croissant sandwich for the park?